All right, so if you're an architect building on Google Cloud, you know the database landscape is just huge. Today, we're going to cut right through all that noise with a super clear, actionable blueprint for making the right choice every single time. Let's dive in. So picture this. You're kicking off a brand new project. You pop open the GCP console, and there it is. A dozen different database options are just staring back at you. It's that classic analysis paralysis, right? Which one is actually right for your workload? It's probably the single most critical architectural decision you have to make right at the start. Okay, so let's just simplify things. Forget about digging through endless feature comparisons. We're going to open up the architect's playbook. And inside, there are really just four fundamental plays. If you can get these four scenarios down, you'll be able to confidently pick the right GCP database for, 95% of your workloads. Our first play is the one you're going to see the most. This is your foundational move, your go-to, the one you'll use more than pretty much any other. It's all about those standard, structured data workloads. Think about the bread and butter of what you build. A typical SaaS platform may be an internal CRM tool or an e-commerce backend. These are all systems built on structured schemas, on relationships between data, and the absolute need for transactional consistency. It's the kind of workload we all know inside and out. So for this standard workload, your play is Cloud SQL. It's a fully managed relational service, for MySQL, PostgreSQL, and SQL Server. Think of it like the reliable sedan of your architecture. It's not a flashy race car, but it's super dependable, it's familiar, and it gets you exactly where you need to go safely and efficiently. Honestly, for any new standard application, Cloud SQL should be your default starting point. Okay, so that's play number one. Now let's move on to the next one. What happens when your application's needs go way beyond just a single region? What if you need true global scale, but without giving up that strict consistency? Imagine something like a financial trading platform or a global inventory system, maybe a multiplayer gaming backend. These are systems that just can't afford eventual consistency. No way. A transaction that happens in Tokyo has to be immediately and consistently visible in New York. And that, my friends, is a fundamentally harder problem to solve. This is when you call in the specialist, Cloud Spanner. So if Cloud SQL is the sedan, Spanner is the Formula One car. It is an absolute engineering marvel, and it's designed for one very specific, high-stakes job, giving you the strong consistency of a relational database, but with insane horizontal scalability across the entire globe. This is the choice for your most critical, global-scale apps. And this slide right here, it just distills the core difference perfectly. On the left, you've got Cloud SQL's world, strong consistency, but within a region. Now look to the right. Spanner takes that exact same guarantee and literally stretches it across the globe. It's all about the scope. That's the key distinction you have to remember. Okay, for our third play, we are shifting gears completely. We're leaving that cozy relational world behind, and we're entering the domain of NoSQL, where the name of the game is massive data volume and velocity. I want you to picture data streaming in from millions of IoT sensors on a factory floor, or telemetry from a whole fleet of connected cars, or maybe user interaction events from some massive online service. We're talking terabytes, even petabytes of data just flowing in nonstop. The challenge here isn't relational integrity. It's about how on earth you absorb that incredible fire hose of writes and then make it available for large-scale analytics. For this job, you need Cloud Bigtable. This is a wide-column NoSQL database. And get this, it's the very same engine that powers many of Google's own massive services, like Search and Maps. Bigtable is not for your everyday SaaS app. It's a specialized powerhouse built for one thing: extreme write throughput and super fast analytics over massive datasets. So when you hear IoT, time series, or large-scale analytics, your brain should immediately go to Bigtable. And that brings us to our fourth and final play in the book. This one is all about modern application development. We're talking about developer velocity and creating a seamless experience for all your web and mobile users. Think about the apps we use every day on our phones. A chat app where messages just appear instantly, or a collaborative document where you can literally see other people typing in real time. These apps need a database that doesn't just store data, but can actually push updates directly to the clients, scale from 0 to millions of users automatically, and let developers just focus on the front-end experience. This scenario is basically purpose-built for Firestore. It's a serverless, document-oriented database that is just uniquely suited for this kind of application.
Its standout feature is that real-time synchronization. Your app simply subscribes to some data, and Firestore handles all the heavy lifting of pushing updates automatically. It scales perfectly, and it even scales all the way down to 0, which makes it incredibly cost-effective for new projects and a massive accelerator for web and mobile developers. So, 4 plays, 4 distinct workloads, each with a clear go-to database. But when you're in the heat of a design session, how do you pull the right play from memory? You use this, the architect's cheat sheet. Let's just walk through it real quick. Look at that best 4 column. It all starts with your default, Cloud SQL, for standard apps. Need to go global? You just move down to Spanner for those global transactions. And when the workload shifts to massive data streams like IoT, your answer is Bigtable, built for that extreme throughput. And finally, for that rapid client-side development, you land on Firestore. See how each service has its own perfect niche? That's the blueprint. So as you head into your next architectural design session and that blank whiteboard is staring back at you, the choice should feel a whole lot clearer. That analysis paralysis, gone. Now there's just one question to ask yourself. What's your first play?